Hola mis amigos, we're making chocolate chip cookie brittle. This recipe is going to be similar to the brownie brittle that I've made in the past, so I will have a link to that in the description box below. So I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and here I have 2 sticks or 1 cup of melted butter. And if you want to make these vegan, you can actually use margarine instead, since there's also no egg in this recipe. So to that I'm going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and I am just going to whisk all of this together. Now that that is nice and smooth, I am going to add 2 cups of flour, and I've switched to a wooden spoon, and we are just going to stir that together. You should end up with a dough that is nice and crumbly and somewhat reminiscent to the dough of a shortbread. And last but not least, we are going to add 1 cup of mini chocolate chips. And we are just going to fold these in. Here I have my baking sheet lined with a silicone mat, or you can use parchment paper. And to that we are going to just add our dough. Now keep in mind that the dough is pretty crumbly, so you might have to fight with your chocolate chips to get them to stay in. So you are going to be smushing all of this down onto your mat, and therefore getting the chocolate chips nice and combined. Right now I'm still in the process of getting this nice and spread onto the baking sheet by simply using my hands, and I'm also pressing to make sure that the chocolate chips are nice and combined with the dough. You just want to make sure, and it is very important, that we have this nice and spread evenly, because we have no leveling agent in here like baking soda to help us to get this to spread. This is almost like a shortbread, so just about the way that you put it onto the cookie sheet is the way that it will end up. So we want to get this nice and thin before we bake it. So I'm just going to finish spreading this nice and evenly, and then we will return. Okay, so I've gotten this spread pretty much as thin as I can, and I've also made sure that most of the chocolate chips are nice and mixed into the dough. So now all that we need to do is place this into our 350 degree oven for about 20 minutes, or until everything is nice and golden brown. And then we're going to take it out and allow it to cool. If you want this to be in nice uniform square shapes, you can go ahead and sort of score it and cut it as it is cooling, and then allow it to cool completely, and then you will have your squares. Or you can just allow it to cool completely and then just break it up into random shaped sizes for your brittle. So I will see you soon. Chocolate chip cookie brittle. Enjoy, and I'll see you at the dinner table.